Now, if you would, I want you to cast your minds back to 2012 and that year's series of Britain's Got Talent. It's a programme that always throws up a few surprises, and it's one of those shows where sometimes the runners-up go on to bigger things than the winners. My next guest this afternoon was part of that series. In fact, Jonathan Antoine came second in the final with his singing partner, Charlotte Giaconelli. The winning act, Ashley and Pudsey, the dancing dog, they went on to make a film that sank without trace at the box office. But Jonathan and Charlotte went on to land a £1 million record deal and sell over 250,000 albums. I'll tell you what, that's not bad for second place. Alas, Jonathan and Charlotte are no more. Instead, they've gone on to solo careers, and Jonathan's first solo tour begins at Lytham's Lowther Pavilion on Monday, the 2nd of November. And I'm pleased to say he joins me this afternoon from our Essex studio to talk about life before and after Britain's Got Talent. Afternoon to you, Jonathan.
Good afternoon. Hello.
I'll tell you what, it's been an intense few years for you, hasn't it? What was life like before the talent show? How long had you been singing?
It has absolutely been an intense few years. And life before Britain's Got Talent was... I hesitate to say normal, but it was certainly more normal than the life I live now. But, I went to school. I'd been singing since I was 11, I'd like to say. Like, I'd been having lessons since then. And, yeah, I'd always sort of wanted to do something creative. And I at the time of the show, I wasn't in a great place in myself. And it really, really helped me flourish.
How did you meet Charlotte? Because I think many people, and right in saying here, thought you were romantically involved after they saw you on the show. But you were never a couple, were you?
No, we weren't. We knew each other through high school. We both took, I think, the exact same GCSEs. And we did GCSE music together, which led to us singing together for our exam.
So is that what led you on to Britain's Got Talent, the two of you then? Did you think, tell you what, let's have a go at this?
Basically, yeah. I mean, it was Charlotte who applied for the show in the first place, and I think initially she might have entered on her own, but she thought we had a better chance together, and so we gave it a go, and some crazy things came out of it.
Are you pleased that you did give it a go?
Of course. I mean, it's been one of the biggest opportunities of my entire life, and from that, my entire career has basically spawned.
What was the whole experience like on Britain's Got Talent? What do you remember of standing on stage, waiting for those results?
It's a very stop-and-go process. It's you go down for a full day, because all of the reactions and the shots themselves, they're all they're authentic and they're live, basically. And so you go down for one day, and then it's maybe a month until you do the semi-finals or the finals or something. So it was very strange in that respect, but on those days it was so intense that it basically did take that full month out of you. And just standing on the stage, I genuinely do not remember a thing. My mind went into autopilot as soon as I stood on the stage every single time, and I remember kind of just after stopping singing, when the judges at the first audition started to say their pieces and say that they enjoyed it, which was just ridiculous, incredible.
I mentioned that the pair of you went from strength to strength after appearing on the show. Did you ever dream that you'd sell all those albums and be so successful?
I may have dreamed it, but it was only a dream. I am still so incredibly thankful to anyone who would go out and purchase something that I had a part in making, and that has my soul and my voice on it. And the fact that the first album, over 250,000 people, that's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what, you have a huge fan base, don't you? Because people are tweeting all afternoon. We've got listeners this afternoon in New York City listening to what they say is the greatest sensation since Pavarotti. And that is Heidi Rougereau, who's tweeted that this afternoon. As I say,
thank you very much.
Twitter's gone on meltdown this afternoon, hasn't it, since you announced you were coming on the programme?
My people, they are called Fantoines. They have a name, and they are nuts, and I love it. They're crazy about me. They're crazy about the music, but most importantly, they are all just people, nice, genuine people.
We'll leave it there for a moment. I want to come back and chat a bit more after the late this afternoon. I'm currently talking to Jonathan Antoine. He's coming to the county. 2nd of November. We're chatting to him about life before and life after Britain's Got Talent. We were just saying about the Fantoines, Jonathan. They've gone daft this afternoon. Let's say hello to someone who's listening in London, Ontario, in Canada, it's Kelly NP, who's a Fantoine. She says, fab hearing the voice of the century. Much love to Jonathan. You really have got a big fan base there, haven't you?
I love them. Oh, what can I say? I'm so thankful to all these people. There are people from Australia who are coming onto the tour to come and see me. From Australia, it's as far as you can go without being off of the planet. Yeah, I count my lucky stars every single day that I have people like that who care.
I was mentioning that, you and Charlotte went your separate ways, launched your solo career. Was it a difficult decision to make that? After having so much success, really, as a sort of a duo?
It wasn't a difficult decision to make because we knew what we wanted to do, whereas as a duo we'd never had a solid thing really. We just sort of went and did it, whereas as solo musicians we have kind of vision.
Was it a bit of fun, do you think, doing Britain's Got Talent at first? As you say, you never expected it to take off like it did.
I mean, yeah, that was exactly what it was, really. All we went on for was to have fun, and we weren't like a professional singing duo. We were just two kids from Essex.
I know that you've spoken publicly about your struggle with depression. I mean, it's a difficult thing for anyone to deal with, but I would imagine it's harder to cope with depression when you're in the public eye. Do people expect you to, pull yourself together and give them a show? Do you think we're as sympathetic about the condition as we should be? Because, it's not like having a broken arm or a broken leg, is it, where people can see that there's something wrong with you?
Yeah, it's not very easily verifiable, and that does definitely make it tricky. But I've been extremely lucky myself, in as much as no one has been too demanding of me. People understand how I feel and how I have felt, and I've gone through a very, very long process for the past 6+ years to recover, and I'm still technically on that road, though I do feel at the very tail end of it.
Is life good for you at the moment?
Yeah, I have nothing to complain about. I could dig something up, find something that I'm mildly displeased with in my life, probably, but it would take a while.
Now, I mentioned that you start your tour in Lytham,
Yes.
where you've played before, of course, at the Proms. We'll talk about that in a moment. 2nd of November, Southport on the 22nd, Salford on the 23rd, but a very important date and something that, is close to your heart because you're an ambassador for the charity,
Yes.
the Katie Holmes Trust. You're going to be singing at the big awards night. Let's just bring Paula Holmes in. Hopefully she's not dropped off. The mobile signal keeps dropping off, doesn't it,
I'm
Paula?
still here.
You're on the A1 somewhere at the moment, but
I am. Hi, John. Hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
what's it like to have someone like Jonathan perform at these awards, Paula?
Oh, do you know, Jonathan is the most wonderful, wonderful human being. He is so down to earth and so passionate about his work, his family, his life, and about our trust. He is I just love Jonathan, and I love his whole family, and we are so honoured that he is going to come up and spend our evening with us and help the evening be very special.
So how did you meet Jonathan then? How did he get involved?
Well, I already knew about Jonathan because I watched him at Britain's Got Talent, so I was completely in love with him anyway. So you can imagine my surprise when our patron Russell Watson, he was going to do a concert at Preston Guildhall, and he invited Jonathan along to perform with him, and I couldn't believe it. I said, well, Jonathan Antoine from Britain's Got Talent, wow, that's amazing. And we met that night, and we met his family, and we just hit it off from there, really. That's where it's carried on.
And the awards ceremony is the 21st of November. What's going to be happening on the night, Paula?
Well, it's going to be a bit like a mini Pride of Britain, but it's for the people of the Northwest region only. People nominated their heroes, and it went to a judging panel. The winners were chosen, so the winners already know that they've won on the night. And there's going to be some very special awards given to 10 children and 7 adults. From right across the board, we've got medical professionals, volunteers, children battling illness, or they've overcome some kind of adversity. So really, we just want to give back to the Northwest community, because we're very aware that we're always asking businesses to come forward and help us, and we're asking people to fundraise. So this is our way of giving back to the community and letting them appreciate them, and also recognising all those people we've met along the way that have overcome their own adversities in some way, or who have helped others.
And Jonathan, of course, performing on the evening.
I am.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to blow us all away, aren't you, Jonathan? Can't wait.
Well, yes. I'm going to try my very... Oh, Paula.
Oh, you are wonderful. You're not crying now, are you, Jonathan? Don't you start crying.
The first thing you said, I may have shed just one tear. Oh, you're too sweet.
Oh, do you know what, Jonathan? We don't just get you; we get all of the wonderful Antoines, just like we've got all the Rustlers with the Russell Watson. You know, it's all one big family, and it's so lovely. And I must say, I don't know if you know Jonathan. I'm sure you probably do, but we've also got somebody wonderful hosting the awards that night.
I was just going to say, could I get? I was just going to say there, could I get a word in? But no,
Yeah,
I'll let you carry on. I'll let you carry on.
Yeah, John's going to be hosting the night. John.
Which I'm looking forward to, and hearing to Jonathan sing as well. The ticket's still available, by the way, for that, Paula.
Yeah, tickets are available. You can get your tickets by emailing info@katiehomestrust.co.uk, and the team will pick up your emails. And there's still some tickets available, so please do come forward, because every penny goes towards a charity. And
21st of November is the date. You'll be well into your tour then, Jonathan. And will you have on tour with you your newly revealed love?
I will, yes. And I shall be bringing her along to the Northwest Pride Awards. In fact, it's going to work. The Northwest Pride Awards are the 21st, and everyone who is listening should be going and getting a ticket right now. And then I am playing Southport on the 22nd, which you should also get a ticket for right now. So you can go. You can have a fun-packed, I think...
weekend.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Pretty much weekend.
But before all that, of course, your tour kicks off in Lytham. You were at the Lytham Festival in August. You must have enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. I've been to Lytham a couple times now, and every time I'm always welcomed by fantastic people, and, yeah, it's always a really, really fun time.
And as I say, the solo tour gets underway at Lytham. You're obviously in the planning stages, you know, what you've got to perform. Do you have a sort of a set list, and you're adding to it and taking one out, putting another one in?
Yeah, pretty much. Where it's very fluid at the moment. It's the idea is to make every single night an experience, and not an entirely different experience, but something that if someone did choose to go to every single concert, it wouldn't be a waste of time.
And with fans like you've got, I imagine some people do, don't they?
There are a few people going to every concert, so I do owe it to them to make it a little interesting.
So what about the support artists? Will that be the same all the way through, or will you sort of swap and change that?
Oh no, that is different every night. We are having different people come to every single concert in different combinations. Some people are doing 2 concerts, but then a different person will be with them, if that makes sense. But we have a choir at every single venue. In Lytham, for instance, we have the Lytham Community Choir, which is really cool because we get to have part of the actual local culture in the show.
It's not important, do you think, to involve local people in the programme?
I think absolutely. The more that you can give to a community and make it fun for people and have people's families come and see them do this fun thing. That's great for everyone.
Well, listen, lovely to chat to you this afternoon, Jonathan.
too.
I think we've gone viral with this afternoon, certainly on Twitter with
Amazing.
the Fantwans. That's it, isn't it? We'll
Yes,
see you in Lytham on the 2nd, and also look forward to catching up with you on the 21st as well at the North West Pride Awards for the Katie Holmes Trust. It's just gone 3:30.